We trust AI to do some pretty incredible things, right? From recognizing faces to powering all our recommendations. But what happens when the AI just isn't sure? Today, we're going to dive into how a little bit of human touch can actually make artificial intelligence a whole lot smarter.
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? We all know that AI is incredibly powerful, but we also know it's not perfect. And that simple question right there is the key to understanding why a service like Amazon's augmented AI even needs to exist in the first place.
So let's get right to the core of the problem. An AI can crunch millions of data points in the blink of an eye. Absolutely. But it still has its limits, especially when it runs into something that it's just not 100% sure about.
And being just a little off can be a huge deal. Think about it. It could misidentify a product in an online store, or, even worse, wrongly flag a perfectly normal financial transaction as fraud. That's exactly where we need a kind of safety net for those moments of AI uncertainty.
This brings up a really fascinating idea. What if an AI could actually recognize its own limits? What if it knew when to raise its hand and ask for help? Well, it can, and the secret lies in how it measures its own certainty. Let's dig into that.
The real magic here is something called a confidence score. Just think of it as the AI's own internal self-assurance meter. After it makes a prediction, it gives itself a score, a percentage, that basically says, here's how certain I am that I got this right.
So imagine an AI analyzes an image and it comes back with a confidence score of, say, 48%. What it's really saying is, I'm leaning this way, but honestly, it's pretty much a coin toss. I could really use a second opinion here.
And this is the crucial fork in the road. You get to set a threshold. Let's just use 50% for this example. If the AI's confidence is higher than that, awesome. The prediction just sails right on through automatically. But if it's lower, the system knows to hit the pause button and ask for help.
And this, right here, is exactly where Amazon Augmented AI, or A2I for short, comes into the picture. It's the service that's specifically designed to manage this whole review process, creating what the industry calls a human-in-the-loop workflow. The whole idea here, the core philosophy, isn't about replacing the AI, it's about augmenting it, giving it a boost. A2I lets you have the best of both worlds, the incredible speed and scale of machine learning combined with the smart, nuanced judgment of a human expert for those really tough calls.
So how do you actually decide when to call in a human? Well, you've basically got two main ways to go about it. The first, like we've been talking about, is based on those confidence scores. But the second way is to just do it randomly. For instance, you could tell the system, hey, just send 10% of all predictions to a human, which is a great way to spot check how the model is doing and make sure the quality stays high over time.
Okay, so we've nailed down when to trigger a review. Now, let's walk through what actually happens when that review is triggered inside the A2I system. This workflow creates this really seamless, automated decision loop. Anything with high confidence just flies right through, so you keep your speed. But anything that falls below your threshold gets paused and routed to a human for review. Now here's the really brilliant part. The feedback from those humans can then be fed back into the system to retrain and improve the original AI model. It makes the AI smarter over time. It's a true feedback loop.
Okay, so a task gets sent for review. Who is actually on the other end looking at this stuff? Well, Amazon gives you a few different options for the workforce you want to use.
And you've got some real flexibility here. You can send these tasks to your own in-house team, your own experts who already know your business inside and out, or you could use a trusted third-party company that specializes in this kind of review work. And for more general tasks, you can tap into the huge global workforce available through AWS Mechanical Turk.
But here's the thing. No matter which workforce you choose, the quality of the review is only going to be as good as the instructions you give them. A2I really helps with this by letting you create custom task templates where you can add specific guidance and even show examples of good and bad results to make sure everyone is on the same page.
All right, as we start to wrap this up, let's just pull back for a second and look at the big picture. What is the ultimate goal of all of this?
It really is all about finding that perfect sweet spot. You want to automate as much as you can for things like moderating content or pulling data from documents, but you also absolutely need that irreplaceable insight that only a human can provide for those tricky, complex cases. A2I is literally the bridge that connects those two worlds.
And here it is, the key takeaway, especially for any of you out there studying for a certification. If you get a question on the exam that asks how you can boost the accuracy of a machine learning model by combining automation with human oversight, the answer you should be screaming in your head is Amazon Augmented AI. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. This whole concept is so powerful and you can apply it almost anywhere. So think about your own work, your own projects. Where do you have a process that's almost completely automated, but it still kind of stumbles on those weird edge cases? Because that right there might be the perfect place to add a human in the loop. Thanks for tuning in.